Hello everybody, Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts, and I am making a project demo for an upcoming class. I figured I would record it and share it because it's an in-person class, so not everybody is going to be able to join me, and it's a fun little project. So I decided to go ahead and hit record so I can share it out. So it is Monday afternoon. Let me open this. This is going to make noise for a second. Let me open this real quick. It is, I can't believe it's almost New Year's. That's just so crazy. We're going to make a wine bag. So this is the Couture canvas wine bag. I believe these are back in stock. I'm actually gonna hop on and check real quick because I already have the website up, because they announced free shipping today. It is not, it's out of stock but returning soon, so it is coming back. But I mean, you can get these elsewhere. I mean, Chalk is not the only place that you can get these little canvas wine bags. They're super cute, and you can get them in multiple colors if you want. And then I'm going to use the Corks Are for Quitters transfer. Now, this transfer unfortunately is out of stock, and I don't think it's coming back. But I do believe that I Love Wine is still out there. Let me look. No. Well, shoot. But there are some cute other transfers that would work on this depending on who you're making it for. And you could also reach out to your designer and see if they happen to have either the I Love Wine or the Corks Are for Quitters on hand. And if you don't have a designer, or if I happen to be your designer, then you can reach out to me about that. So we're going to do this, but any sort of A size transfer or a transfer that could be cut down to A size will fit really well on this. And, you know, a pattern would look really cute on this. You could also do like heat transfer vinyl on top of it. And that would work as well. So you could kind of recreate the design in vinyl if you are a Cricut or Cameo owner. And I'm going to cut an ink mat down. And I actually just had to order a couple more ink mats so that I could cut them down for the class so that it'll fit. But like, I don't have enough ink mats in the right size for this. So the ink mats come in like a long, thin format. It's 23 inches long. I forget how wide it is. And then also comes in a like 12 by 12 or 17 by 17. I think it's 17 by 17 actually format. But you can cut them up to kind of be whatever you need, and I've done that multiple times. I'm going to cut the cover sheet too for these pieces so that try to help keep some of the sticky on there. Now, if you don't have an ink mat and if you don't want to purchase one, for something like okay, that really did not work. For something like the wine bag, you could use a piece of cardboard and just put it down in there. If you're, I'm conflicted about t-shirts with the ink mats because it's just a bigger surface, and so something like this, I just have to pull the ink mat out of the bag. But the t-shirt, you actually have to, you know, pull the transfer up more. It's harder, but it's harder to get off. But with a t-shirt, I do feel like the ink mat holds that t-shirt down better. Anyway, I'm rambling about ink mat, so I apologize. So I am going to use an ink mat for this so that it holds the canvas down. And I cut it down to size. And then we're just going to take our transfer. And you don't have to fuzz it because you're working on fabric and you want it to stick as much as possible. So you're just going to place it wherever you want. I'm going to push it down from the middle and work out. Get it nice and flat so that you don't have any bubbles. And I'm going to use 3 colors. I'm going to use shimmer, silver, and we're going to use ink on this so that it can be washed. If you're going to give it to somebody as a gift that you don't think they're going to want to wash, you can definitely use paste if you don't have any ink. But I'm going to go ahead and use the ink. I'm going to use shimmer, silver, black velvet, and then the January, I think this was January color of the month, which was Love Struck. And we will have a very new color, we have a brand new color of the month coming out. No, wait, this isn't January. This was the December color of the month. It's not January yet. This is the December color of the month, and we'll have a new color coming out in January. So, very excited about that. So I'm going to, that's right, this is my brand new jar of shimmer silver. So if you're opening a new jar of paste or ink, I encourage you to pull the seal away from you because they do burp, and sometimes that means it'll, kind of splatter ink. You can just pull the seal back and leave it on there as a way to kind of help keep the paste or ink from drying out. This was kind of an impromptu thing on my part, so I don't have my water or anything down here. I'm going to start with the silver, and I'm going to use this smaller squeegee because I want the corkscrew just to go right there, and I don't want to get any of the silver where I want. Actually, I should really get, well, no, I'm going to use black where I'm going to use the black on the handle. When I'm doing textiles, I do have to be a little heavier handed than I am with paste because it just absorbs the ink, and I find that if I don't use more, then I end up with places where I don't have any ink. So I am going to do a paste and peel on this. So I'm just going to lift this up. I have my nice little silver corkscrew, and then drop it back down. And I'm going to do Love Struck on these little lines. So we're going to wait until I do the rest of it to come back around and do that. And I think this is, nope. Okay. So I just got a little bit of dried paste from the jar right down there. I'm not going to smear it off because just in case, just drop it off in the trash can there. Just in case it's not completely dried. I always try to remember when I'm stirring ink to stir it away from the project so that I don't accidentally get any on my surface. surface, and I'm going to use, I can use this for that. Use this for the handle. And when I'm working with two colors close together, I try to apply the colors kind of going away from each other. So I'm turning this around so that I can apply the black ink in this direction, not going towards the silver, especially on that little edge there. If any of that made any sense at all whatsoever. Just making sure that I cover all of my negative space. And we're going to pull this up again very slowly so I can see if I missed anything. Now there's actually some distressing in the transfer, so those spots right there are not actually, they are spots I missed. Okay, so we're going to take this, go back over right here, try to just fill in the spots that I missed. And that's really just where I just didn't use enough ink. There we go. So that filled in nicely. Alright. That didn't work. Put that on my parchment paper. Okay. So I'm done with that one. Now you all know I normally keep water with me when I'm doing chalk projects to drop everything in. But like I said, this was a bit of a impromptu decision to record this, to get this done. And so I had everything I needed on already and decided to just go with it real quick. And when I'm done with the transfer, I will put it on the backer sheet and wrap up the video, and then I'll be able to just bring it upstairs and wash it. Won't be much of a problem. Someday I'm gonna have a sink in my basement, which is gonna make all this so much easier. Okay. And we're gonna open the Love Struck. Again, kind of opening it away from me, getting the little cover, little seal off away from me. This is the color, it's a really nice red. And we don't get a lot of color of the month in ink, so everybody was really excited about this. We've been asking for it more for all of our textile makers. So I'm going to start here. And it doesn't matter whether you go up and down, or left and right. What matters is that you do the same thing across the whole design. So I don't want to start going, like on this one, I'm going left to right. I don't want to then go this way, because you'll end up getting lines in the design. definitely make sure you kind of turn your project in whatever way you need to make it easier for you. And don't worry necessarily about using too much ink from a worrying that you're going to waste it perspective, because you're going to squeegee off any excess and you can put it back in your jar. So we're going to lift this up slowly. Also some distressing in the transfer, which makes it nice, but there is a little spot that I missed. I'm going to get the shimmer silver off this off this squeegee. So I have a little bit of a smaller squeegee to work with to go back over that area right there that I missed. And then all I have left to do is this section. So I'm going to take this tool, this is the multi-tool, and I'm going to go over these little lines without any ink to kind of help push it back down. And then we're going to take the Love Struck. And there's my dogs saying hi. I don't know to what. Whatever noise they hear. We have Pit Bull, Australian Shepherd mix. And so we've got fierce protectors across both breeds. And so between that and the Aussie herding instinct, they definitely bark at everything. Alright, so now we're going to lift this all the way up. I'm going to go slow on those lines just to make sure. And then I'm going to put this on my backer sheet. I'm just going to lay it down on there. That ink will come off the backer sheet without any problem. Close my ink and turn this around so you can see it. So there's our cute little wine bag, and then all I have to do is dry this with or let it dry on its own, or dry it with a heat tool, and then heat set it. So you can do that with an iron, or if you have an easy press or a mini press, you can do it with that. Sometimes what I do is I let it dry on its own, because as it dries, some of the ink might absorb more deeply into the transfer. So I can already see a couple of spots where it's kind of drying a little bit and it's leaving spots in the ink that weren't there before. And so then I take our little I don't have it with me, but it's in the artist toolkit. It's a little tool that has a squeegee tip on it. It has a very teeny tiny point, and that's really great for going in and touching up where you've missed. And I always tell people, wait until it's dry to do that, because if you try to do it when the ink's wet, all you're going to do is smear the ink that is perfect. It's easier to go back and touch up when it's dry. You can also take a paintbrush and do that, like a very small tip paintbrush. Also works really well. Okay, so that's that. Just super fun, quick, and easy gift. If you didn't want to put wine in this, you could also put whatever kind of design you want on it, and then fill the bag with, you know, any other kind of treats or goodies that you want. So these wine bags are actually nice for gift giving, you know, beyond just wine. They make nice little gift bags. Okay, so I will, what will I do? Because I can't put links to anything. I normally put links to products and videos. But what I'll do is when these are back in stock, I will come back and update the video description and put the link in, and I'll update the title. So if you're subscribed to my channel, you can see that. And if you are a Chalk customer, you can go into your account, and there's a place where it will let you say notify me on restock, and when these come back, you can you'll get an email that tells you that they're back in stock. So hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.